last year. Last year was a very nice ceremony for our graduating class of 2021, but to see all of you here, graduates, their families, and a ton more presenters. So thank you for coming. It's going to be a great night. So welcome to the class of 2022 class night. We have two sections tonight. The first section we will be presenting various scholarships to our seniors, and then the second will be our academic awards for seniors. So without further ado, I would like to invite Mr. Kevin Mayer to present the first two scholarships.
Good evening and thank you. Traditionally, we begin the Academic Achievements Awards with a couple of junior awards sponsored by the University of Rochester. The first of these awards is the Boston Loam Honorary Science Award. This award is presented on an annual basis to a junior who has taken and excelled in a minimum of 3 science courses, has strong PSAT or SAT math scores, and with this award, the winner is automatically considered a candidate for the Boston Loam Science Scholarship to attend the University of Rochester. The scholarship is $5,000 a year for 4 years for a total of $20,000. This year's recipient has easily met all the qualifications for the award. The Oxford High School Boston Loam winner for 2022 is Carly Conacchiola. The second award is also sponsored by the University of Rochester, the George Eastman Young Leaders Award, also presented to a junior. The qualifications for this award is a junior who has shown strong leadership qualities in both school and in the community, taken a challenging course schedule while maintaining high grades, and has been extensively involved with extracurricular activities. The award recipient is automatically considered a candidate for the George Eastman Young Leaders Scholarship to attend the University of Rochester. The scholarship is also $5,000 a year or $20,000 over 4 years. This recipient has also easily met those qualifications, and the 2022 winner of the George Eastman Young Leaders Award is Matthew Zella. Unfortunately, Matthew could not attend this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would now like to call up Mr. Joseph Lehner to present the Jennifer Marie Lehner Scholarship.
Good evening. My name is Joe Lehner. It gives me great pleasure and professional pride to present the second annual Jennifer Marie Lehner Academic Scholarship. The scholarship is in honor of my daughter, Jennifer, who was not able to receive a formal education like the vast majority of us. The scholarship is being awarded to a most deserving candidate. The recipient holds a 4.0 grade point average. He also has been a National Honor Society for sophomore, junior, and senior years. He's a teaching assistant and a school tutor. And he's been involved in many other extracurricular activities such as cross country in his freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior years, Oxford High School indoor track in his sophomore year, Oxford High outdoor track in his junior year, Oxford High School basketball in his freshman and sophomore years, Oxford Community Center basketball in the 8th and 12th grade. He's a member of the student council in the 8th grade and on the prom committee in his senior year. And something close to my heart, he has been involved with the Best Buddies program for the past 3 years. He'll be majoring in computer science and minoring in education, and will one day share his passion for computers with other students. Also, while accomplishing all the aforementioned, he holds down a part-time job at Market Basket. So on behalf of my daughter, congratulations, Bernie Mundell. Success and happiness in all your future endeavors.
I would now like to call up Mr. John Kirk to present the Susan Kirk Teacher Scholarship.
Good evening. This scholarship is in memory of my wife Susan, who taught third grade for 50 years in Oxford school system. The winner of the 9th Susan S. Kirk Future Teacher Award is Olivia Clarkson.
I would now like to call up members from the Rowe family to present the Elsie Moscoffy Memorial Art Scholarship.
Hello, I'm Ron Miller. This is my mother Martha, and we're here to award the Elsie Moscoffy Art Scholarship to Megan Raymond. My grandmother and my mother's mother.
And now Mrs. Tara Evers from the Oxford Booster Club will present the next two scholarships and awards.
Good evening. Thank you everyone for being here. Superintendent Lucas, Mr. Nugent, Mr. Truex, staff, family, and friends. I'm presenting to the Oxford Booster Club. I gotta say, we've had so many applicants this year, much more than in years past. Very impressive class. Congratulations to all of you graduates. It was a very difficult task to choose all the winners for this because every one of you is so qualified and so deserving. For the overall service awards to the community and to the Booster Club especially, we would like to present Sam Zonstad and Megan Raymond the service awards. Awarding scholarships to 4 students in the class of 90 was such a huge undertaking. And the 4 deserving students with these awards go to Megan Raymond, Julia Trainer, Corrine Plottis, and Marilena Gelina.
We have 4 recipients for the next scholarship, the William Taft Trust Fund Scholarship. Those recipients are Julia Trainer, Samuel Zostan, Nicole Ucher, and Ansi Patel. Mrs. Deborah McDonald will now present the scholarship from the Oxford Women's Club.
the Oxford Women's Club Scholarship is Maria-Elena Gelino.
I'm calling Mr. Kevin May back up to present the Danny Clem Scholarship.
Thank you. Danny Clem graduated from Oxford High School in 2001, and I was lucky enough to have Dan in class. Dan was a fun-loving student. He always looked to have a good time, but he really made his mark at Oxford High School as an athlete. His junior year, he was an integral member of the last time we've actually captured the Clark Tournament Championship in basketball. In his senior year, as the ace of the pitching staff, he led the team to the state finals, the district title in the state finals, where they fell just short of the title against Danvers. Unfortunately, Dan Clem was tragically killed in a car accident in December of 2001 after he graduated. Just a wonderful life cut short, and his family honors him every year with a scholarship in his name to be given to an outstanding athlete at Oxford High School. This year's recipient has definitely lived up to that, 14 letters out of 14 seasons. Tremendous field hockey player, indoor track, outdoor track. She will be competing on Saturday in the Meet of Champions in the high jump that she qualified for last weekend. And she will be continuing her field hockey career at Franklin Pierce next year. The Danny Clem Scholarship this year goes to Megan Raymond.
The next is the Oxford Education Association Scholarship. Okay. This scholarship this year goes out to Ansi Patel. Now ask Mr. John Milos to join us to present the Webster Dudley Oxford Chamber of Commerce Scholarship. This year's Chamber of Commerce Scholarship goes to Olivia Clarkson. The next few scholarships are decided upon by a scholarship committee put together of administration, teachers, secretarial staff, and guidance. It was a really tough decision this year, but here we go. The Gahagan Family Trust Scholarship goes to Olivia Clarkson, and Lena Gelino. We have three recipients of the Mary Olive Wood Scholarship. First is Farine Cadis. Molly Raymond. And Megan Raymond. The Irwin D. and Lillian E. Paul Scholarship this year goes to Amber Lyons. Next is the IPG Photonics Tech Scholarship. We'll go to 2 recipients, and these recipients are heading off to college with majors in the STEM fields. First one is Catherine Sauter. And William Owusu. This year's Amy LaFleche Scholarship recipient is Olivia Clarkson. The Jane C. Robertson Scholarship winner this year is Andrew Kimball. And the Oxford District Nursing Association Scholarship this year goes to Emma Goya. I would now like to call up Mr. Tim Shore to present the Dr. Walter R. Schur Community Service Award.
Good evening. It is my honor and privilege to recognize and present the Dr. Walter R. Schur Community Service Award on behalf of my 10 siblings, all of whom are Oxford High School graduates between the years of 1962 and 1981. I myself am celebrating my 55th year as a graduate of Oxford High School. Thank you. My father started his family practice in Oxford in 1944 and retired in 2009 at the age of 95. That was an incredible 65 years in practice. During that time, Dr. Schur served tirelessly in medical, religious, and community organizations, including 25 years on the Oxford School Committee, the Board of Directors for the French River Education Center, the New England Huguenot Society, Oxford Millbury Rotary, and for many years, the town of Oxford school physician up until his retirement. Dr. Schur loved his family, his church, his medical practice, and patients, and especially the town of Oxford. He encouraged family and individuals to get involved, whether it be in your school, in your church, or in your community. I thank the director of French River Education Center, Mr. Richie Hall, Board of Directors for making the scholarship a lasting tribute. It is with that thanks that I congratulate Mr. Samuel Lazosta, this year's Dr. Walter R. Schur Community Service Scholarship. It's my understanding that Samuel plans to attend Worcester State University and pursue a degree in nursing. Congratulations, Samuel.
The Jeffrey Favavalina Scholarship this year is presented to Mira Filipowski. In addition to the Dr. Walter R. Shur Community Service Award, these next two scholarships have been decided upon by the French River Education Collaborative. The first one is the Daniel Iverson Scholarship, and this year's recipient is Abigail McDaniel. I would like to invite members of the Esposito family up to present the Alfonso Esposito Scholarship.
My sister Kirsten and I are pleased to be here to award this scholarship to one of Oxford's seniors. This scholarship is in memory of our father, Alfonso Esposito Jr., a former Oxford educator. We wish this graduate, who has displayed drive, scholastic achievement, and service, continued success and Godspeed in their postgraduate studies. The recipient has a GPA of 4.2, is ranked near the top of her class. She has been in the NHS and the NJROTC program, including as its leader in her last year. She has several volunteer activities, including working for the food shelf for the Thanksgiving food drive, as well as Adopt a Highway, and at the parent-teacher conferences at her school. She is going to the University of New Haven to study forensics in a 5-year BS/MS program. We also would like to thank FREC for making this scholarship possible. The recipient is Abigail McDaniel.
The E. McKinney Scholarship this year is awarded to Julia Trainer. This year's recipient of the Wayne Westfall Scholarship is Evan Brindisi. The 2022 OHS Family Scholarship goes to Julie Viola. And this year's Oxford Education Association Scholarship goes to Brooklyn Juber. The Pottle Family Scholarship goes to Mira Filipowski. This year's Southern Worcester County Principal Scholarship goes to Darius Richardson. Two for the next scholarship, the Grace Flynn Memorial Scholarship. The first recipient is Samuel Zostan. And the second is Farin Cadis. This year's OHS Principal Scholarship goes to Catherine Sada. The Oxford High School Scholarship goes to Ansi Patel. Next is the Veronica Hamill Scholarship, and that is awarded to Sam Zostan. The next scholarship is near and dear to our hearts. We lost a close friend 2 years ago, Mrs. Rhonda Doney. Rhonda worked as a custodian and worked in a cafeteria and always had a smile on her face, always did a job, had a smile on her face, and had a positive thing to say about anybody. She even snuck me some cookies at lunch, but it was much appreciated. So this scholarship is funded by our dress down. So every Friday, our teachers can pay $1 and they get to wear jeans, also in some type of Oxford fan shirt and stuff like that. So throughout the year, we enjoy our dress down Fridays, but the money goes to these scholarships. So the first recipient is Lauren Wojcicki. The second recipient is Darius Richardson. This next award is quite elusive. I don't think in my 16 years I've ever presented it. The requirements are very specific, and this student is supposed to be going into civil engineering. This year's recipient of the Pico Scholarship is Molly Raymond. Although her sister sometimes says she's not very civil to her, but that's okay. I would now like to call up Ms. Kimberly Pimentel, this year's class advisor, to present this next special honor.
This is going to be a hard one. This past year, we lost one of our family members of the senior class, Olivia Sear. In honor of that, our class decided that we would like to give an award in honor of Olivia. Our award this year is going to Olivia Burnett.
I would now like to call up Mrs. Deborah Height to present a Grandmother's Love Scholarship.
Good evening, and congratulations to the graduating class of 2022. My name is Deborah Height. I'm honored to be part of tonight's senior award ceremony. Graduating high school is a major milestone in one's life journey. For my two grandsons, Dylan Real, age 4, and Jace Garcia, age 1. That milestone will never come. Their young lives were cut short on June 20th, 2014, when an unnecessary crime of distracted driving changed our lives forever. After 3 years awaiting justice, the 22-year-old driver responsible for their deaths was found guilty and convicted of 5 criminal charges, which included manslaughter and motor vehicle homicide, by negligent and reckless operation, and was sentenced to jail. This tragedy caused so much pain and grief in our family. To help the healing of our loss, we decided to focus our energy and bring awareness to the dangers of distracted driving. We created a nonprofit called Grandmother's Love in memory of our two grandsons. The goal of the nonprofit to raise awareness and funds to provide college scholarships in Dylan and Jace's memory so that they'd never be forgotten. The criteria for our scholarship are any students majoring in the field of criminal justice, law enforcement, psychology, paramedic, and medical fields. These fields were chosen based on the services that our families received after losing our grandsons. This will be our 7th year awarding a scholarship to a graduating senior. But before I announce the recipient of the award, I ask you all in this room to join me and help end distracted driving. Many of you are new drivers or will be driving soon. You must understand and remember that driving is a privilege that is earned and not a right. It's a privilege that should be taken seriously and should be respected. Distracted driving, such as texting, talking on the phone, changing your music, or even setting up your navigation system, is an epidemic that's killing young people today, especially our young. No text, phone call, or social media post is that important. It truly can wait. The next time you think about reaching for your phone while driving, please remember to think of Dylan and Jace instead. It could save a life, possibly even your own. When you drive with friends or siblings, always remember they are entrusted in your care. Their loved ones expect them to arrive at their destination safely. This year, I'm especially pleased to announce the Dylan Real and Jace Garcia Scholarship is awarded to Mary Allen. Mary will be attending Worcester State University, majoring in psychology, to go on to a career in counseling and to help young people deal with grief and tragedies. As many of you know, Mary is my daughter, who was only 10 years old when she lost her nephews, Dylan and Jace. We are so proud of Mary that has chosen a career path so she can use her life experience to help others in a monumental way.
Thank you, Deborah. I would now like to call up Dr. Martha J. Raphael to present the Alpha Delta Kappa Beta Chapter Scholarship.
It's really an honor to be here again at Oxford. This is the 3rd time I've been able to give this scholarship to one of your students. Thank you, Guidance Department, for encouraging them to go for the scholarship. The scholarship for Beta Chapter goes to Olivia Clarkson. Don't go away.
I'm Mrs. Bilodeau, and I am representing the state for Delta Kappa. And on May 21st, we had submitted her lovely letter to the state for their consideration. And she won their scholarship as well, which we presented to her on the 21st.
Thank you, ladies. Mrs. Deborah McDonald will come back up and present another Oxford Women's Club, the Josie Tyler Scholarship.
So, we have the Oxford Women Josie Tyler Scholarship goes to Julia Trainer.
And now Mr. Norman LeBlanc will present the Hannah Howard Scholarship.
As a member of the Oxford Board of Selectmen, I am privileged to submit the award, the Hannah Howard Scholarship, to Samuel Zossman.
Mrs. Kimberly Pimentel, head back up. Two special gifts for two members of the class of 2022.
I want to do a little something for two of the students in our class, because since they have been in 5th grade, I have been bringing them their pencils, crayons, paper. It's the last thing anybody ever thinks of when you're having to send a child to college. So for that, I wanted to give two students in our class, and if I could have Haley Mae Rice and Kaden Carnes a gift card to go buy those necessary little supplies.
Okay, thank you everyone, thank you presenters. It's now my honor to bring Mr. Bob Truax up to the microphone to MC the Academic Achievement Award portion of our program.
Thank you, Mr. Nugent. This is voted on by the faculty of the particular discipline, and this year's health award goes to Samantha Shea. My favorite class in school, the physical education award, goes to Julie Viola. Call Mr. Mayer to present the Science Award.
Thank you, Mr. Truax. As a department, we look for many factors in determining the Science Department Award winner every year. We look for not only academic excellence, but a true love for the sciences, being immersed in the lab work and everything else that comes with science, as well as be pursuing a degree in a science field. This year's Science Award goes to a student who has achieved academic success taking a series of challenging science courses. In the course of their high school career, they have excelled in all sciences, compiling a 96.75 average in their science classes. They were always willing to help other students, especially in lab situations. They were always the first to add their input to the day lesson and were comfortable seeking help whenever the topic needed to be clarified, even though that really didn't happen very often. She was a huge help this year in anatomy, as she was one of the few students that really kind of got into the big dissection and really helped all of her classmates out. Next year, she'll continue her science education as a civil engineer major at UMass Amherst. And since earlier I gave one to Megan Raymond, it's my privilege to present the Science Award to Molly Raymond.
It gives me great pleasure to present this year's Musical Theater Award to Maria Elena. Can Mr. Ken come up to present the band award, please?
This year's band award goes to the senior who has exemplified what it means to be an ideal band student. He has been compassionate towards all the band students and has also been an active member of the Equality Alliance. This student has always spoken up for those who don't have the courage to speak for themselves. Not only is he the most self-blessed person around, but he's also the most creative artist. During the time of the pandemic, he chose to go fully remote and was sidelined for 1 full year of not having band class. He still remained active by taking music theory class remotely with me and also sending me a very interesting video with chalk. He was able to make the correct pitches with the accurate size of each piece of chalk to match the notes of Mary Had a Little Lamb by dropping each piece of chalk on the driveway, making the different sounds and pitches. Not only does this take a long time to do, but it shows he is constantly thinking about music. This band student is extremely dedicated to his craft, and this was proven when he showed up to band camp last summer. The reason I started this enrichment program over the summer was so that students would have some time to get ready to play at the football games in the fall. And there was a significant amount of time that the band was never really together due to the pandemic. Even though this was a small group, he was definitely a pleasant surprise when he showed up after a year of not seeing him. I received a wonderful email from his mother and him saying what a great thing band camp was in the late summer, with an endless amount of thank yous. With over a year off of not having band, he didn't lose a beat. It was extremely apparent that he practiced copious amounts of hours on piano. This past spring concert last week, he had a piano solo on the song Send in the Clowns. It was so good, it would have made Frank Sinatra jealous. It was a challenge for him to play the solo, but he relished the challenge. He worked really hard at it and was able to play it with perfection. Sorry, I'm sure again. So for the past 7 years, it has been great to see him blossom from being a shy musician to a confident musician. He was always so happy and excited during band class, and I'm glad he stuck with being a mallet player, which was a great transition because of his vast piano knowledge ever since he was a young kid. Most percussionists do not like playing mallet instruments, but this student loves it. He's played chimes, vibraphone, xylophone, glockenspiel, piano, and even volunteered to play the bass drum when the students couldn't be at the football games. Everything he does is for the team, and he always puts the band members ahead of himself. I will miss him tremendously, and there's already a noticeable gap when the seniors had their last classes this past week. This year's 2022 Band Award goes to Derek Freno.
Thank you, Mr. Kennedy. This year's Honors Award goes to Maria Elena. I'd like to call up Mr. Frickberg to present the English Award.
Good evening and welcome everybody. I'm here to present this year's Senior English Award to a student who has exemplified the values of our school and our department, namely a commitment to lifelong learning, a dedication to academic excellence, and a growth mindset. I first met this student as a freshman during an EF trip to Greece over April vacation. We hiked the Athenian Acropolis to see the Parthenon, explored the Temple of Apollo in Delphi, and admired the view from the Temple of Poseidon. While some students treated the trip like a vacation cruise, this student soaked up information from these historic sites and was quick to ask questions of our tour guides. In fact, this student's passion for learning is so strong that we were nearly stranded on the island of Patmos. She was one of the 4 students to participate in an optional excursion to see the Cave of the Apocalypse, and after getting lost, we literally had to sprint down a mountain to catch our departing cruise ship. Fun times. The first time I had this student in class was during her junior year. We learned about rhetoric, made hilarious yogurt commercials, and read The Great Gatsby, among other things. Throughout the year, as we learned new concepts, she consistently excelled in her reading comprehension, writing, and presentation skills, demonstrating outstanding critical thinking skills and confidence in her abilities. During her senior year, she excelled in literary analysis, and her nuanced and insightful writing bordered on perfection. This was evident during a Greek mythology project, in which she juxtaposed the fates with modern protests to, quote, express the importance of standing up for what you believe in and fighting for a better future, end quote. Her words, not mine. This student plans to share her passion for education and to help others grow as learners as she pursues a degree in either early childhood education or secondary education with a focus in English language arts at Eastern Connecticut University. I know that she'll make an immense impact, in the lives of all the students that are lucky enough to have her as a future teacher. It's my pleasure to present the Senior English Award to Miss Julia Trenton.
Presenting tonight's Student Arts Award, Ms. Abby Moon.
Hi everyone. This has been my first year at Oxford High School, and I've had some truly phenomenal senior art students, so this was not an easy choice, and there are some of them in this room, so you all have been incredible. But the student who's been chosen for the award this year is my only student who completed an AP portfolio, which is no easy task. Even if they weren't completing an AP portfolio, they have an incredible, unique style. They layer so many different materials together. They're really dedicated and hardworking artists and really receptive to feedback, which I think is such an important skill as an artist and a hard one to have. It's hard to look at your art and try to understand how you can grow in it and hear what other people have to say about it, but they are just so committed to creating and just never run out of new things to try. And they've also been one of my interns this year, so they've been a huge help to me in my first year at Oxford, and they're just a really kind and thoughtful and warm person, so I already miss having them in the room, although they have been around a lot the last week taking the senior mural, so I haven't had to miss them too much. This year's Studio Art Award goes to Amber Lyons. also presenting the next award on behalf of Ms. Wang, who really wanted to be here tonight, but unfortunately couldn't. The Digital Art Award is going to someone I have had in studio art class this year too, so I know him to be an artist with a really interesting, unique style, with a really big, warm personality, which doesn't always come out right at first, but then has definitely showed up in both my art room and in Ms. Poinier's digital art room. He has been one of my interns. I see him often going back and forth between the two art rooms, and I know that he didn't get the chance to take an art class before his senior year, but he has really made up for lost time in how much effort he puts in and just how creative and hardworking he is. So the Digital Art Award goes to Aaron Smart.
Presenting my second favorite class, the Mathematics Award, Mr. Tim Craig.
Good evening, everyone. It is an honor tonight to be in front of you to present the annual award in mathematics. Before I talk about the award winner, I would just like to take a moment to give a sincere thanks to my 3 interns this year, the fabulous Factors, as they call themselves, Catherine Sauter, Ansi Patel, and Nicole Ucher. They just did such a great job checking homework, keeping me organized, copying, grading, and creating fantastic bulletin boards. Greatly appreciated, so thank you. Each year, the math department decides on the most worthy candidate for its achievement award based on particular criteria, including the number of honors and AP courses completed, the student's GPA, and whether the candidate will pursue a degree in the STEM field. The department had a difficult decision, but each candidate was discussed and then a vote was taken. It was unanimous. The award winner is a hardworking student with a gift for quickly understanding higher mathematical concepts. Having had this graduate the past 2 years, I can say I think they actually enjoy the challenge of solving complex problems. As a freshman, this student completed AP Statistics and earned a 5 on the exam. This graduate also completed pre-calculus with the high grade of 96, despite our challenges with last year's remote teaching experiment. Throughout this year, I also thought of this graduate as actually a college student, only restrained by the rules of high school. But academically, she has no restraints. She has such a great ability to tackle any problem presented and a mathematical ability to find a solution. I witnessed these skills every day in my class. She made calculus look easy, even scoring a 5 on the mock exam. I know this student will have a positive impact in both her profession and her community, because she is an exceptional problem solver, communicator, and is not afraid of a challenge. Next year, she will attend WPI to pursue a degree in biochemistry with a pre-med track, along with a minor in mathematics. It is my pleasure to present this year's academic award in mathematics to Ms. Catherine Sauter.
Gives me great pleasure to present this year's Spanish award, and it goes to Alana Perret. Presented tonight's Student Council Award, Ms. Lindsay Kessler. Oh, I skipped. I'm sorry. I can't read.
tonight's history award. This is Amy Corn.
Good evening. I'd like to start off by saying congratulations to the class of 2022. You did it. You made it through another crazy school year, and you're moving on to bigger and better things. I wish you all much health and happiness in your future. Tonight, I have the pleasure to present the History Award to an outstanding history student. I only had the pleasure of having this young lady in class once in her years at OHS, and that was last year in AP Psychology. She battled through remote learning, social distancing, masked lectures, and still managed to get a 5 on the AP Psychology exam. This year, she conquered AP Government, earning an impressive 100 average. She has excelled in all of her history classes at OHS. All of the teachers in the history department have endorsed her for this award. She's smart, hardworking, kind, engaging, and a pleasure to have in the classroom. Also, it was noted how helpful she is with Wordle when her teacher was stuck. It is my pleasure to present this year's History Award to Ms. Catherine Sauter.
You seated? Today's National Honor Society Award winner, Catherine Sauter.
I just want to know, did Mr. Craig give you permission to like history so much, or?
Now I can call you up. I'm sorry. The Student Council Award, Ms. Lindsay Castanway.
Hello, everyone. I have the pleasure of getting to give 2 awards tonight. So first is going to be Student Council. So speech is on behalf of myself and Mr. Button, our co-advisor. So this award goes to someone who has been a committed STUCO member ever since the day Mr. Button and I took over 3 years ago. As we tried to revive our school and bring back spirit and events that were impacted from the pandemic, she led our council with great determination to make this a great school year for all. With her role as president, she was also responsible for attending all school committee meetings and to be the student representative on that board, which she did with great professionalism and maturity. This is a student who lives and breathes student council and has been dedicated to every aspect of our school, district, and state councils through her high school years. Our council will miss her greatly, but I look forward to seeing how she takes her leadership skills and applies them to her success in college. It's my pleasure to give the Student Council Award to Molly Raymond. So this is for the yearbook awards. So seniors, just remember you guys have your yearbook night tomorrow. The book looks incredible. It looks, every year we just get better and better, so I really hope you guys are excited to see it, because I think it's the best one we've done so far. So this award goes to my only senior who has been involved in yearbook for more than 1 year. She's been in yearbook for 2 years. She was my only editor this year, and she worked tirelessly to make sure so many components of our book were cohesive and concise and the best it could possibly be. And she filled my shoes a lot at times when I wasn't able to do the class, and just really stepped up and took care of everything I needed done. I'm incredibly proud of the book we've made this year, and I know she is just as proud, and we really can't wait for you guys to all see it tomorrow. So this yearbook award this year goes to Megan Newman.
Okay, again, thank you for all the presenters, and I want to congratulate the recipients of this year's awards and scholarships, and congratulate your families as well, because you certainly could not be where you are today without your family. So that's it for our class night evening. I thank you again for joining. Let's hope for at least clouds and not rain on Friday so we can be outside. But watch your emails just in case. So so tomorrow night it's going to be our seniors only. Have the yearbook celebration, also having dinner with the faculty. So we'll see all the seniors tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the cafeteria for rehearsal. Thank you very much, everyone.